Hey everyone, it's Frannie Helforoush with the Data Product Management in Action podcast, and I'm thrilled to be joining with another one of our hosts, Nadiem. In this minisode, we are going to talk about on our reflection on 2024 and what have we learned and what was interesting to share and what will be upcoming interesting facts about the episodes and podcasts and everything in our work life. Hi Nadim, how are you?
Hi, Franny. Good to see you. It's great to meet you again. How you doing? I'm fine, thank you.
Good, good. I'm so excited about this mini set. It's supposed to be a mini episode, so let's see how long does it take. Okay. How has been 2024 for you?
2024 has been quite exciting, I would say. Uh, Different things moved forward, especially in the field of data product management. There were more, or it was, I think it arose more clarity for data product management, while the years before, we just had a conversation about that right before the episode that I started data product management in 2020, so it's a bit of a time now. And 2024, I think, was a very important year for data product management, and I also see this in my episodes talking to CDOs who picked up the domain expertise of data product management, really establishing roles, finally recruiting headcounts for this specific discipline. So I think my biggest takeaway in 2024 is there are two movements in data product management. One is very technical, or one is a more technical view on the discipline or the domain. And the other thing is more the business oriented view on data product management, more arising from the role of a product manager, taking the accountability for AI products or for data products, or and taking a more broader perspective on that. And these two movements, they are getting more and more clarity in both of their fields. So I think this is what pops into my mind thinking about 2024. How about yourself? How was 2024 for you?
It was good. So, like exactly what you said, when I started in the field of data product management, it was like everything was so isolated. I was alone. No one even know what I was talking about. But now people are more into it. I see even on LinkedIn there are job posting. There are people interested and posting stuff. So it's getting the heat that it deserves. AI is also helping, to be honest. Like AI is really helping it. Sometimes it's a little bit too trendy and people are too excited. But if you do it right, it's really great.
Do you have now AI product managers as well? So do you distinguish between data product management and AI product management? How is this dealt in your company, and how is your personal view?
Not yet. We do not have an AI, so we are working on AI projects for sure. So either a data product manager works on it, or a like digital product manager. But we're pretty much into bringing AI into product management, like correctly doing it right instead of just being excited and just do something that we really need to go back and fix it again. um, Talking about AI, we did have a great episode 21, navigating AI in data product management. I interviewed Luca Kazan. It's actually a really great episode on AI product management 101. If anyone is interested, they can go back and listen to it. He talks about the discovery phase on AI products and how it's different, the key differences of the product, how to dig deep to the size of the problem, and stakeholder management, and so on. So that was a great episode that we had. Connecting, reflecting back in 2024 into our conversation. So that was a great one. How about you?
I think on the topic on AI, it's really interesting to see. I mean, I see a lot of companies, right? We are providing a lot of different companies with our platform for data product management. And now what comes out and or what happened in 2024 is that organizations started to establish dedicated AI teams. And so next to the data and analytics department, they either had dedicated AI task forces, projects, or workforces, whatever. So what I sometimes saw is that AI products have been managed outside of the data and analytics environment. If this is good or not, I don't want to judge for this at the moment. I have a personal opinion. Maybe that's worth an episode and not for the mini episode. But I can just share that whatever happened in 2024, AI was a major booster for the discipline of data product management because people started to realize, okay, now there is a technology like AI and we can build products with it. So how do we do that? And not only from a technical perspective, but how can we also make money with AI, right? So this is also a topic which highly affects product management in general. And if you're then forcing tech people to think about business cases, then it's going to be really tricky. So this is the reason why there's a need or demand for an AI or data product manager. Maybe also one minor thing I can see is that AI is it's I would say it's an evergreen situation, right? It reminds me a lot of the data science machine learning era a decade ago, where everyone was super excited about the topic and people were running around like headless chickens sometimes and looking for use cases. So they are creating lists and lists and lists of use cases. And now they have to identify in every single department and domain the use cases which can be addressed with AI. And sometimes I'm smiling a little bit. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm getting older, but it reminds me a lot of the times back then. And my recommendation is maybe in general also then when we look into 2025, we might should avoid the mistakes we've did 10 years ago when data science came up, when we were looking around and hustling for use cases where product owners or even tech people were running around and collecting the use cases. Maybe product managers should do that now and do this according to a dedicated workflow methodology, whatever you know from product management. The discovery should be done properly. You should do prioritization in the right way, as assessing the value and the business impact for the organization, all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. Leave it to the hands of product managers. They know what to do. Okay. Outside of AI, a couple of episodes that if I want to look back in 2024 that I did for this podcast, like I interviewed people, was very interesting. One of them was episode 8 with Corinne Shlomo. She was starting a data platform from scratch, and she started from a use case. So they were transitioning to a new business model. They wanted like a little bit of a consumption based payment. So they needed the data, and then they realized, oh, we do not have that, we cannot collect it in the way that the finance can analyze that, for example. So she get that use case and applied all the product management concept, the way you really build a product, build that data platform in iteration. And it was a very interesting story. So I really encourage people go back and listen to that if you haven't yet. Episode 8. And then the other one that was very interesting was episode 18, enhancing decision making with data products with Caddy Push. Um, so she had a really great experience with different data products and defined something called decision support type product, which by the name it's like totally clear that she means a product that support decision making. but she was really advocating for mixing data and software, focusing on front end as well as the data. So it was very interesting take that she had on data product management. And they were all interesting, to be honest. But the other one that I wanted to mention was episode 23 with Sohail Mirchi. It was implementing data mesh. But it was very interesting to hear his story, how they implemented data mesh. And then what stood out to me was that his definition of data products. They had three distinct definition of data products: source data products, aggregated data products, and customer facing. I have never, we actually have in our company the same definition, but I've never heard anyone else had that definition of the data products, which was very interesting. So yeah, that was the things that I remember right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is I remember that episode quite well because I think this takes exactly into the direction I was mentioning in the beginning. There are these technical views of data product management, and there is no wrong or right. It's just like I see two movements sometimes, and this categorization of data products, just as it has been mentioned, is a very source or technical oriented view. Also very in line with the principles of data mesh in general. So yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, if we were talking about that one, maybe one reflection is also the episode number 18, number 19 I did with the Pradeep from Swisscom, because Swisscom as a telco and mobile provider, one of the or the biggest one in Switzerland, they are also very technically oriented, and they have a lot of perspectives on how they implement data mesh from a technical point of view. So same direction actually.
Yeah, that's very good. That's very interesting. What are you excited about 2025? What is upcoming?
I think the cool thing about 2025 and what's upcoming is in general the excitement for data product management. So I can see this already in the first weeks of 2025. So I had very interesting conversations already with partners, with customers, with advisors in the field here in Europe. So they are super optimistic about the topic, and I can just say already in the last 2 weeks, I got a lot of requests from people who told me they are establishing data product management now. They have it on their agenda, they have it on their roadmaps, they have budgeted for it, and they want to kick it off. And so I think 2025 is now finally the year of enlightenment, if you want so, where people realize, okay, it's not just a buzzword, it's not just a thing, but it really creates value for the organization. So this would be my hope, my wish, not only for us as a startup, but also for the data world in general, because I truly believe that data product management is an outcome thing which generates outcome for the company. And
Yeah, for sure. I'm also very excited about this. I think we had a like a separate conversation about this, but um, when I started, like I said, there was no great understanding of data product management in our company, at least. But then now I see that people are talking about it, people thinking with the product mindset on the data and on data team, and they were asking questions about the value and the everything that you really want to, and reusability of, for example, the data packages and who are the users, and like everything that you think about a product. So I'm very excited to see that more and more. I'm also excited and planning a couple of episodes with my colleagues. Of course, because of the privacy reason, we are not going to talk about projects, but in general, how we approach data product management. And one of my colleagues attended an intensive course on AI product management. So I'm really interested to hear, him sharing his experience with that course and what he learned, and talking about that a bit.
super cool. I mean, I can just quote or emphasize maybe also for the people listening to this episode now. Um, this week, my co-founder is in Berlin, and he's seeing Clemens. So Clemens was on episode 5 together with me, and we were talking about creating value from data product management. And they reflected on the last 2 years, so on their journey at their company. And without going into details, but one statement was very clear. Today they generate value, which they couldn't 2 years ago when they launched their journey. And not everything, it was not easy, definitely not. It was not a straightforward approach, or not a straightforward journey. But comparing where they stand today and where they've been 2 years ago, all of them in the room agreed that this was the right decision. And so I hope when people listening to that, thinking about, shall we establish data product management as a discipline, or shall we go with it, and maybe are still struggling with the decision, take this for granted. There are people out there, they started their journey and they quoting that it really helped them.
Great, that's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I really hope 2025 brings a lot of joy and excitement to everyone's work, and lots of great episodes for the podcast for sure. If anyone listening has an exciting story you want to tell, let us know. Welcome, we will welcome you for sure. And yeah, see you in next episodes. Any last words, Nadim?
All the best for 2025 to you and to all our listeners. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Hey,